Hi guys, Barbara Massa here, and welcome to today's practice. Today's flow will be a 45-minute power flow that revolves around the 4 pillars of fitness. So we're going to touch on strength, stamina, balance, and flexibility. All right, I'll see you guys on the mat.
We'll start in a wide leg child's pose. Big toes into touch, knees spread wide, maybe the width of the mat. The arms are long and extended out in front of you, palms face down. Your forehead is resting on the mat, and it might feel nice to go ahead and put a bend into the elbows, just relaxing even deeper into the pose. Feel free to close down the eyes here, feeling into the ground beneath you, pressing pause, and just connecting to the breath. Notice your lungs filling with every in-breath, and with every out-breath, your body relaxing and melting further into the ground beneath you. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Go ahead and walk the hands over to the right, pressing your left palm into the mat while rooting that left sit bone down, feeling into the side body. We'll come back through center and walk the hands over to the left. The right palm presses down as the right sit bone roots down into the mat. We'll take a breath here. And slowly walking the hands back to center. Push up into a tabletop position. So the hips are stacked above the knees, the shoulders stacked above the wrists. On an inhale, belly drops, chin lifts for your cow. And exhale, curl the spine looking up at your navel. Cat-cow. Inhale, belly drops, looking up. Exhale, curl and round. Continue moving with the breath, maybe closing down the eyes and really feeling into the movement. Inhale, chest lifts, and exhale, curl and round. One more time. Inhale, belly drops, chin lifts, and exhale, curl and round. Coming back through tabletop. On an inhale, lift the right arm high to the sky, opening up the chest. And exhale, pull belly to spine as you draw the arm underneath you, palm face up, resting on the posterior side of your shoulder and releasing your head to the floor. Try to maintain level hips here to protect that lower back and to support the rotation of the spine. You can leave the hand where it is or option to reach that left hand up to the sky, opening up the left side of the chest. We'll take an inhale here. And exhale, releasing. Bring your left palm back to the floor, engage the belly while pressing into the left hand to bring you back up to an all-fours position. Switching sides. On an inhale, left arm rises to the sky, opening up the chest. And exhale, belly to spine as you thread the arm underneath you, palm face up, resting on the back side of your shoulder as the head releases down to the mat. Hips are in one line. Option to leave the right hand where it is, or option to reach it up to the sky, opening up the right side chest. We'll inhale here, and on an exhale, releasing, back to an all-fours position. Inhale, go ahead and come up to a kneeling position. Hips away from the heels, and place the palm of your hands, fingers facing up on your sacrum. Roll the shoulders down the spine. We'll inhale as you push your hips forward and exhale, gently looking back, finding a nice camel back bend. No need to push yourself here. We're still warming up the spine. We'll take one last goodbye inhale here. And on an exhale, slowly releasing, pushing the hands into the sacrum and coming up exactly the way you came in, before folding all the way back down to the earth for a transitional child's pose. We'll take a couple breaths here, maybe rocking your head from side to side, giving yourself a nice forehead massage. Coming back to an all-fours position. Tuck the toes and lift the hips, pressing back, downward facing dog. Your first down dog of the practice, feel free to move around here, maybe shifting the weight from one foot to the other, pedaling out the feet, taking your dog for a little walk. Press the hips up as you open through the hamstrings. Actively press the mat away to avoid collapsing through the shoulders. Take your left hand and grab onto the outside of your right ankle for a little twisted dog. We'll inhale here and exhale. Back to center, switching sides. Grabbing onto the outside of the left ankle with the right hand. We'll inhale here and exhale, returning back, downward facing dog. From here, walk the hands back to the feet, falling over the hips and grabbing onto opposite elbow. Finding ragdoll. Relax into the head and the shoulders, maybe shifting your torso from side to side, shaking the head yes, and nodding the head no. Just enjoying the stretch down the back of the legs. Hands come back down to the mat, and we'll slowly walk them back out into a downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the hips high to elongate that spine, and exhale, wave the body forward to a plank. We'll hold here. Bring your feet together, shifting the weight into your right hand. Swivel onto the blade edge of that right foot, opening up the left wing for a nice side plank. The hips are reaching high and we're activating through those left fingertips. Option to stay in side plank or option to bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, lifting the knee for fallen tree. That top hand can come up and over towards the front edge of the mat. We'll inhale here, hips lift, and exhale, releasing. Hand back down to the mat, and we'll push back, downward facing dog. Take another inhale here, the hips stretch back, and exhale. Wave the body forward to a plank. Place the weight into your left hands this time, and we'll swivel onto the blade edge of that left foot. The right wing peels open, and again, option to stay here, or you can start to bring those right toes to the inside of that left thigh for another fallen tree. Right hand stretches up and over, maybe shifting your gaze upwards. We'll inhale here, hips lift, and exhale, releasing, pushing back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale here, and exhale, sighing it out. On an inhale, hips stretch back, elongating the spine. And on an exhale, step or hop to the front edge of your mat. We'll inhale, hands to shins for flat back, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up and out, root to rise, looking up if the neck allows, and exhale, hands to heart center, closing down the eyes and setting an intention for your practice. The first pillar of fitness is strength. Improving our strength means stronger bones, leaner muscles, and healthier joints. Strength can reduce blood pressure, and it's even been proven to rejuvenate brain cells, which in turn enhances our brain performance. So with that in mind, on an inhale, arms sweep up, looking up maybe, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands to shin, flat back, and exhale, stepping back through plank, and on that same out-breath, lowering down, Chaturanga Dandasana, all the way to the mat. We'll inhale, the chest lifts, baby cobra, relaxing through the glutes, and exhale, lowering back down to the mat. We'll go for a couple more cobras. So option to bring your fingertips out and the elbows up for an intimidation cobra. So inhale as you lift, relaxing through the legs, pressing through the fingertips, and exhale, lowering back down to the mat. Elbows stay up. Inhale, chest lifts, moving with the breath, and exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, chest lifts, and exhale, lowering back down. Last one. Inhale, chest lifts, heart shines forward, and exhale, lowering back down to the mat. Bring the hands back into the body. Inhale to a baby cobra or option for up dog. So straightening through the arms, lifting the torso and the legs a few inches off the floor. And on an exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips as you press back, downward facing dog. We'll take an inhale here and exhale, releasing it out. On an inhale, right leg rises off the mat, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee forward, knee to nose touch. Inhale, leg shoots back up, three-legged dog. And exhale, right knee comes forward to the right elbow. Inhale, leg shoots back. And exhale, bringing it across the body, right knee to left elbow touch. Inhale, leg shoots back, three-legged dog. And exhale, stepping it forward between the hands, runner's lunge. From here, place the weight into your left hand. And on an inhale, reach that right arm high to the sky for a twisted lunge, looking up at that top hand perhaps. We'll inhale here, and exhale, hand frames the front foot. On an inhale, arms sweep up, up, and we'll rise to crescent lunge. So there's a slight tuck of the pelvis here as you try to straighten through that back leg. The shoulders are rolling down the spine, creating space between the shoulders and the ears. On an exhale, try bending that right knee even deeper into the lunge as your left hip moves closer to the floor. Good. Now on an inhale, look up to the hands if you can and stretch the arms out even further for full expression. And we'll exhale, arms frame the front foot, moving back through your vinyasa. Inhale, cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll go for the left side. On an inhale, the left leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose touch. Inhale, shoot it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, leg shoots back. And exhale, bring the knee across the body, left knee to right elbow touch. We'll inhale back to three-legged dog. And exhale, step it forward between the hands. Shift the weight into your right hand, and on an inhale, open up the left side body, maybe shifting your gaze to the top hands. And exhale, releasing. On an inhale, arms rise, crescent lunge. Holding here and checking our alignment. The left knee is bent directly above the left ankle. The pelvis is tucked. Back leg is working towards straight as you actively try to plant that right heel down. The arms are in line with the ears, and the shoulders are rolling down the back, creating that space. Channel your inner strength here by bending even deeper into the pose. Inhale as you grow tall through the arms, looking up if you can, full expression. And exhale, releasing. Arms frame the front foot and moving through your vinyasa. We'll inhale, cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Release it out. Inhale, hips stretch, long spine. And exhale, travel to the front of the mat. We'll inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. On an inhale, arms sweep out and up, root to rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. On an inhale, arms circle up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chest lifts, flat back. And exhale, stepping back and moving through your vinyasa. Knowing you can skip these anytime throughout the practice. I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through. On an inhale, rise to crescent. And exhale, cactus the arms out to the side of your body. Your heart shines forward, broad across the chest, and we're open to receiving energy here. That front leg stays bent. On an inhale, arms rise back up, crescent lunge. And exhale, opening up, finding warrior two. So our heels are in one line. The right knee is bent in line with the right ankle. So the shin is perpendicular to the mat. The arms are stretching out in both directions, really feeling into that space there between the shoulder blades. Eyes gaze over the front fingertips, the chest is wide, shoulders are back. And on an exhale, try bending even deeper into that front leg, finding some depth in those thighs. And remember, if your muscles are shaking, that's a good thing. It means your body is responding and building that strength. On an inhale, flip the front palm and we'll reverse the warrior, painting the sky, feeling into that side body. And exhale, windmill the arms back down through your vinyasa. We'll inhale, heart lifts, cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, the left leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. And exhale, cactus the arms as the heart lifts. We're broad across the chest and the shoulders are back. On an inhale, arms reach back up, finding crescent. And exhale, opening up to warrior two on the other side. The left knee is bent and in line with the left ankle. The arms are stretching forward and backward in opposite direction, creating that space between the shoulder blades. The eyes are gazing over those front fingertips. The shoulders are rolling down the back, away from the ears. And see if you can bend even deeper into that front leg, finding your strength here. This is your warrior. You want to be able to fight here. So on an inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, and join the side stretch. And exhale, windmill the arms, framing the front foot and moving through your vinyasa. We'll inhale, cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. All right, now we're going to repeat that same flow 3 times on each side as we shift our focus to the second pillar of fitness, the stamina or endurance phase. And so much goodness comes with this phase. This is where we strengthen the immune system, rid the body of unwanted fat, boost energy levels, improve sleep and stamina, and it's even been proven to slow the loss of brain tissue, which is incredible. So let's do it. On an inhale, hips reach. Exhale, travel to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, flat back. And exhale, folding forward. On an inhale, arms reach out and up, root to rise. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, stepping back, chaturanga dandasana. On an inhale, the chest lifts, your back bend variation, and exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, the right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And exhale, stepping it through, moving with our breath. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. And exhale, arms cactus out to the sides. On an inhale, we'll rise back up to crescent. And exhale, opening up, finding warrior two. On an inhale, reverse the warrior, paint the sky. And exhale, circle the arms, frame the front foot, moving through your vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale, downward facing dog. Straight into it. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, stepping it through. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. And exhale, heart shines forward. Inhale, arms rise back to crescent. And exhale, opening up, warrior two. On an inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, arms move, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll go straight into round two. So on an inhale, the hips reach, elongating the spine. And exhale, step or jump to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, flat back. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. On an inhale, arms circle back up, moving meditation. And exhale, folding down. On an inhale, rise, flat back. And exhale, stepping back and moving through your vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise to crescent. And exhale, open those arms, open to receiving energy. Inhale, arms move back to crescent. And exhale, opening up, finding warrior two. On an inhale, we'll flip that front palm, reverse the warrior. And exhale, arms circle, framing the front foot, moving through your vinyasa. We'll inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through. On an inhale, we'll rise, crescent lunge. And exhale, arms cactus out, open to receiving energy. On an inhale, arms rise, back up to crescent. And exhale, opening up, finding warrior two. On an inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. And exhale, moving through your vinyasa. Inhale, chest lifts, your back bend variation. And exhale, coming back, downward facing dog. We'll take an inhale here. And exhale, releasing it out. Last one of these. So on an inhale, hips lift, elongating that spine. And exhale, step or hop, front edge of the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up, feeling into the repetition. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, stepping back through your vinyasa. On an inhale, chest lifts, cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And exhale, step it through. On an inhale, rise to crescent. And exhale, chest shines forward, cactusing the arms. Inhale, crescent lunge. And exhale, opening up, warrior two. On an inhale, flip that front palm, reverse the warrior. And exhale, hands move, chaturanga dandasana. We'll inhale to cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last side. Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, stepping it through. Rise to crescent on the inhale. And on the exhale, cactusing the arms. Inhale, arms rise, crescent lunge. And exhale, opening up and finding warrior two. On an inhale, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. And exhale, arms move, stepping back through your vinyasa. We'll inhale, chest lifts, cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale here. And exhale. Release it out. Go ahead and drop the knees, untuck the toes, and find a child's pose. We'll take a couple breaths here, feeling into the body and noticing that heart beating proudly as we set ourselves up for the third phase, the balancing phase. Now, while we're balancing, it fires up the core and it activates the spine, which in turn builds strength and improves posture. Balancing prevents falls and reduces the risk of lower extremity and injuries. It's also good for the brain because while we're balancing, it demands our attention and is considered to be a mindfulness practice. And every moment of full presence is like a moment of freedom. It's a really beautiful thing. So with that in mind, we'll tuck the toes and go ahead and push back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale here and exhale. Let it go. On an inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through between the hands. rise to crescent on the inhale, and on the exhale, tilt forward, finding arrow pose. So the torso is tilted over that front thigh. The arms are back, palms face down, with the thumbs rolling out and up to create a nice opening in the shoulders. On an inhale, shift the weight forward, bringing the left knee into the chest, finding stork pose. So we're lifting up through the fingertips and through that raised knee. We'll inhale here. And on an exhale, tilting forward, arms reach back along your sides, palms facing the mat. The left leg kicks back parallel to the mat for Dekasana, airplane pose. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths. And on an inhale, slowly moving the arms forward by the ears, finding warrior three. So arms and legs are parallel to the mat. The hips are in one line. The left foot is flexed and the arms are energizing out in front of you. If you fall out, that's all right. Just get right back into it. Falling is part of the process. It's how we learn. So we'll inhale here and exhale. Next inhale, knee comes back into the chest, rising up to stork. And exhale, bring that knee out and around, stepping back, finding warrior two. On an inhale, we'll flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, and exhale, arms move through your vinyasa. On an inhale, the chest lifts, cobra, maybe up dog, and exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale here, and exhale, releasing. We'll go for the left side. So on an inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, stepping it through. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. And exhale, tilting forward, finding arrow pose. Arms are back, shoulders open with the palms facing the mat. On an inhale, go ahead and shift forward, lifting that right knee into the chest, balancing on the left leg, stork pose. We'll inhale here and exhale, slowly shifting forward. The arms come back by the sides, palm face down, taking flight, Dekasana. We'll inhale here. And on an exhale, slowly circling the arms up by the ears for warrior three. So our arms and legs are parallel to the mat, creating a T-shaped side-on. We're energizing through the fingertips and through that back heel. Feeling into the strength here. And on an inhale, knee comes back into the chest, finding stork pose. And we'll exhale, quietly stepping back and opening up warrior two. On an inhale, flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, and exhale, moving through your vinyasa. We'll inhale, cobra, maybe up dog, and exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale here, and exhale, letting it all go. All right, this is the last down dog of the practice right here, which means you're almost through the entire standing series. So just a couple more postures to go. So on an inhale, hips stretch back, and exhale, step or hop, feet to the front edge of the mat. We'll inhale, rise to a flat back, and exhale, folding forward. On an inhale, arms circle, root to rise, and exhale, arms in front of the chest in prayer. Inhale, corners of the mouth rise upward for a smile, maybe showing your teeth here. And exhale, sighing it all out. We'll go for dancer pose. Shift the weight into your left foot. The left arm rises as you lift your right leg off the mat. Reach back and grab onto the inside of your right ankle, putting an external rotation into the shoulder. Slowly press the right thigh back and up, leading with the inner thigh so that the thigh remains neutral, while simultaneously reaching that left arm forward. Keep extending the sternum away from the navel to maintain that lift of the chest, while the right thigh continues extending back and up. Hips are in one line. Excellent, guys. And on an inhale, release the ankle as you bring the right knee into the chest, finding stork pose. Right leg comes up and around the left as your left arm comes up and around the right, trying to get the palms to touch in front of you. Put a bend into your left knee and we'll squeeze everything together for Garudasana, eagle pose. Elbows rise in front of the face, and we'll give it one more goodbye squeeze before releasing. Leg back down to the mat, coming back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Feel free to shake out the legs here, maybe going for a quick forward fold before we find the other side. All right, so we'll shift the weight into the right foot this time. The right arm comes to the sky as you reach back and grab onto the inside of the left ankle with that left hand. The left thigh reaches up and back as your right arm extends out forward in front of you. Gazing over the fingertips and keeping that right arm strong here to help with your balance. Remember to keep the hips in one line as you actively press back with the foot and reach forward with the hand in opposite direction. The chest stays lifted. Excellent, guys. And on an inhale, release the ankle as you rise back to a stork pose. This time we'll bring the left leg up and around the right, and the right arm comes up and over the left, wrapping it around. We'll squeeze everything in as we bend into that right knee. And releasing, coming back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Maybe going for another quick forward fold, just releasing into any of that tension you may be feeling in the back. So from here, we'll inhale one breath to a chair pose. And on an exhale, bend deeply into the knees and slowly release all the way to a seated position. We'll go for boat pose. Sitting up straight, grab the back of your thighs, leaning back slightly. Float the shins and the feet off the ground and extend your arms out in front of you. And then extend your legs out in front of you to your own degree. So if you can't get them straight here, that's not a problem. Just do what you can. We'll go for some crunches. So on an inhale, lower down to low boat, and exhale, rise, back up to boat. We'll inhale, lower, exhale, rise. Inhale, lower, exhale, rise for 3. Inhale, lower, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale for 5, halfway. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8. Inhale, lower, exhale, 9. Inhale, and exhale for 10, holding here. Bring the hands together, interlace all the fingers except for the index fingers, and twist it over to the right, feeling into those side abdominals. Excellent. Now bring it back through center as you shift your fingers out over to the left side. The jaw is relaxed, your face is calm. Bring it back to the middle. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, slowly releasing all the way down to your back. We'll lie flat on our backs with our knees bent. The feet are the width of the mat, and go ahead and relax your knees in together to touch. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. As we enter into the fourth and final stage of today's exercise, the flexibility phase. Now, flexibility has so many positive effects on the body. This is where we improve our mobility, our posture, our muscle coordination, and it's been proven to reduce the risk of injuries. Flexibility is what allows our bodies to bend without breaking. So we'll start by opening up the spine. The feet are flat on the floor, hip width, and we'll go for a bridge pose. So bringing the heels close in towards the hips, tickling them with your fingertips. Press the shoulders down into the ground, arching the chest. Tailbone is slightly tucked. And inhale as you lift through the hips, rolling out the spine, one vertebrae at a time, up onto the shoulders. Maybe rolling the shoulders beneath you as you interlace your hands, palms facing each other, pressing into the earth with your hands and lifting your hips up towards the sky. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest, and then releasing, slowly going back down to the mat. Option for another bridge pose, or if it's in your practice, feel free to press up into wheel. Hands frame the head, fingers facing the toes, pushing into the feet and rolling up. Try bringing the weight above the shoulders, so you want to really be pushing into those feet. We'll hold here, remembering to breathe, and gently releasing back down to the mat. Bring the knees into the chest and go ahead and rock side to side, massaging into the lower back. And then rolling up onto the shoulders. Bring the knees into the forehead, hands come to your sacrum, your lower back. And if you feel comfortable here, option to raise the feet up towards the sky, shoulder stand. Use your breath, looking up at the toes, trying to open up the hips as your feet are energizing towards the front of the mat. And when you're ready, coming out the same way you came in. Knees drop to the forehead, and another option to find plow pose. So feet come up above you to the back of the mat, straightening through the legs. Hands can interlace and draw back to the ground beneath you. And releasing, going for a couple of rock and rolls up and down the mat. We'll come into a seated position. Stretch your legs out in front of you and grab onto that fleshy part of your legs, bringing it out from underneath you. Raise your arms to the sky for a flat back and gently fold down over your legs. You're more than welcome to have a curve in the spine for more of a yin style practice. But before we do that, let's go ahead and inhale to another flat back and exhale, folding down over the legs, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the thighs. So with every inhale breath, you want your spine to be elongated and stretching out even further. And with every exhale, your chest falls closer to the thighs, remembering to breathe. And releasing, slowly coming back up. From here, bend your knees, bringing the soles of your feet to touch, allowing your knees to fall to the ground for a nice butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet in close to the body, or if you can't get them here, it's fine to have them further from the body, creating a nice diamond shape. But either way, grab onto the feet and allow the back to round as you softly fold forward deeper into the pose. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Maybe using those elbows to press your legs down even further into the mat. Opening up the hips and the groin. Good. Taking your time, slowly roll back up to a seated position. Place your hands underneath the outside of your knees, folding them up towards your chest before coming all the way down. The back is flat. And we'll go for reclined pigeon. So bend your knees so that your feet are resting flat on the mat, about hip width. Press all four corners of your torso into the mat, rolling your shoulder blades back and down the back. Lift your right ankle and rest it just above the left knee. Keeping your lower back flat and that right foot flexed, go ahead and thread your hands together around your left knee and gently pull to raise your foot off the floor to your own degree. Pushing into the inner thigh of that raised leg with the elbow, allowing the hips to open up even further. We're not forcing anything here, just going as far as feels comfortable. Coming back to center, and we'll go for the other side. So this time your left ankle rests just above the right knee. Thread your hands through and gently pull that right knee in closer to the chest. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths. We hold a lot of emotion in our hips, so holding these deep stretches can be very therapeutic, very releasing. And releasing, slowly bring your feet back down to the mat, grabbing onto the shins and hugging the legs into the chest. We'll go for reverse tabletop. So make a 90-degree angle with your knees and the feet. Option to take the right leg on top and over the left, cactusing the arms and dropping the knees over to the left side. If the twist is too intense, then just unwrap the legs and allow your knees to fall. Try to look over the right arm if you can, prioritizing that right shoulder, really anchoring it down into the mat and just releasing through the lower back. Good. On an exhale, bring the knees back to center, hugging them in. And again, option to take that left leg up and on top of the right if it's not too intense. Maybe twisting it around and dropping the legs over to the right side. Moving your gaze over to the left, releasing through the lower back and just relaxing into the pose. It should feel nice. Coming back through center. Hug those legs into the chest one last time, curling your forehead into the knees like a little ball. And release, making your way all the way down to the mat for our final resting pose, Savasana, corpse pose. Hallelujah. So your legs are long, the heels close to touch, and the toes can relax out to either side of the mat. Arms can rest easily next to the body, palms face up, keeping an opening in those shoulders. And just feel the weight of your body as you melt a little deeper into the ground beneath.
Me today and for taking the time to do something nice for yourself. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let me know how you went by commenting below or finding me on Instagram @ComeYogaWithB. Lots of love, life, health, and happiness. Namaste.